Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna go over how to prepare for your third year rotations. Now, I remember when I was going to my third year rotations, I had no clue what to expect. I had just gone from my step one to vacation to being dumped right into rotations, and I had no idea what to do. And I would have liked something to prepare me, to tell me what rotations are like, what I should have done in order to feel more comfortable. Now, caveat, you don't need to do any of this because most places don't expect third years to know anything, especially at the beginning of the year. But for those of you watching this video, you guys are probably like me and you guys want to be extra prepared going in so you feel more comfortable. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over exactly what you need to know for your third year rotations during med school. And if you guys don't already know, go check out the drjourney.com. We have a lot of free resources for step one people, step two people, and anyone in med school. We're here for you guys' help. Let us know if you have any questions and we'll be happy to help. Anyways, let's get back to the video. So if you're starting your third year rotations and you just took your step one, you finished it, you passed, and you have a little bit of time till you start your rotations, take that time off. Please, please, please take that time off. There's no more emphasis I can put that this is some time you should really relax, take it away from school, and just sit back and be like, I worked hard for 2 years, I took my test, I passed. Let me take a little breather before I start the next phase of med school. I think this is very vital and it really refreshed me when I took this break. But if you guys are in the scenario where you haven't taken step one yet, do make sure you have some time to study for it during your rotations, and it's still very doable. I know plenty of people that have done it and done well. And if you have any questions, need help, we at the drjourney.com have plenty of stuff for you guys to ace your step one. Just reach out to us, we'll be happy to help. But anyways, so take some time off after step one if you can. But what are rotations? So a brief little summary of what rotations are before we get into how you can prepare for them. Rotations are basically like a little bit more involved in shadowing. It's like a step down from residency, but more involved in shadowing. It's the in-between. You get to follow around with the doctors, with the residents, do what they do, take histories, talk to patients, what you've been trained in med school. You get to, sometimes pen orders, you get to write notes, you get to actually make some decisions, and the attendings and residents, they all are there to help guide you so you don't make any wrong decisions. And don't worry, you don't have to do this all at once. At the beginning, it's kind of just shadowing, getting to know, getting to be familiar. Usually they give you like the first few days or the week to get comfortable with how that rotation works. If you're an OBGYN, you get used to how OBGYN works, or internal medicine, or surgery, or whatever. You get some time to get used to it. Once you get the flow, they start assigning you, okay, you got 1 or 2 patients, go follow them, go talk to them, get a history, write a note. What would you do for them? What do you think is the best case scenario for them? Et cetera, et cetera. It's more learning, hands-on learning, and I really love it. It's way better than sitting in a classroom being fed information. This time you're learning on actual real-life patients. You're actually helping, making a difference. And I find that so fascinating and really, really rewarding. So rotations, I think, are a great time and a great place to learn. So how do we prepare for rotations? Well, if you have some time, go over how to review a history. And reviewing a history is basically asking questions to a patient, understanding what their problem is, what their whole story is, what led them to the problem, how long they've been having the problem for, does the problem relate to anything else, do they have any other issues, any pain anywhere, any fever, coughs, or whatever, So review that. I'm sure all of you guys have learned that in med school. And if you don't have any good notes or anything, you can check out YouTube videos out there. I'll probably make a YouTube video myself for you guys as well, or you can reach out to us and we'd be happy to help you guys. But reviewing that, I think, would really make me comfortable because I didn't do that, and I think that would have been key to knowing how to prepare. Second thing I'd say doing is go over some physical exams. Go over your cardiovascular physical exam, respiratory, your abdominal, GI, neuro, all of those, go over all of them. You can find the whole templates. There's some really good videos. There's this channel by the UK doctors. They do a great physical exam video for almost every type of physical exam. It's really good. And the reason I emphasize this a lot is because me personally, I remember on my internal medicine rotation within the first week, on the first day, I went to see a patient, got a history, didn't do a physical exam. I was like, what? Why do we do a physical exam? So I came back and the attending got mad at me. He was like, why didn't you do a physical exam? Go do a physical exam again. And then I was on my walk back to the ED where the patient was. I was on my phone watching how to do a cardiovascular physical exam. So that's what you got to do if you want to be more comfortable. Go over all of them, feel comfortable going through them. You can review them on the site as well, because most of the time you're alone doing these patient interactions, so you will have time. You can print out templates, keep them on you, you can write them down, or you can have them on your phone saved, or whatever you like, you can access it, but get a little comfortable with them so you don't look like a fool like I was. And remember to do a physical exam exam every time you see a new patient, for sure. And then what I think another thing would be really helpful is writing down an H&P, getting the format down. Now, if you're at most schools, you know, you prepare pretty well for it, and they prepare you well and you know what to do. I personally wasn't that prepared, and I knew how to do it, but it wasn't really clean. And they don't expect it to be clean, but I was just really judgmental of myself. So I would say if you're kind of like me, you might want to go through the H&P a few times just to get comfortable with the format so you feel more flowy with it when you actually have to do it for an attending or in resident. And there's great YouTube videos out there that show how to do it, and there's great PDFs on the website that show you how to do the template. There's a lot of resources out there. And again, you can message me and I'll be happy to help. And another one is going over SOAP notes. Now, SOAP notes are the condensed version of an H&P. These are basically what you do like every day of progress after the patient's been admitted, wherever they are. So get them used to the SOAP format, the subjective, objective, assessment, and plan. It's a very simple format, but go over what's included in each section and how to structure it so you don't look like a fool like I was for many weeks of my internal medicine rotation. The bonus thing I gotta say for you guys, if you want to really shine in your third year rotations, what the top of the top do is they already know how to come up with a plan. Now, I know you guys learned this in first 2 years, but actually coming up with a plan on a new patient with a blank slate with a fresh set of problems is kind of hard at first. It's still hard for me today. And just maybe reviewing some of the material you learned on step 1, maybe you can do some Anki, and maybe you can make those relations from the knowledge you had from step 1 and start realizing, oh wait, this person seems to be having shortness of breath when they're laying down. Oh, it maybe improves when they're sitting up. Wait, this seems like a cardiovascular problem. Maybe it seems like fluid overload. You know, thoughts like that. It's relations that happen with the knowledge you know, and it takes a while for that to happen. But if you want to start practicing that on your own, getting some patient scenarios, you can go in ChatGPT and be like, hey, make me like 5 patient scenarios so I can think things through for the assessment and plan. So there's plenty of resources out there to practice, but I'd say this bonus tip would really put you at the top 10% of all beginning third year rotators. So if you want to do that, that'll make you shine really well. And lastly, you guys are gonna do great. Trust me. Most places don't expect anything of third year med students, especially at the beginning of the year. And as the year progresses on, they do expect you to know a little bit, but you'll be comfortable as well. And if you go over the things we just talked about right now and review them before your rotations, you'll be more than comfortable and ready for any rotation that you're thrown in. And you guys are gonna do great, okay? Trust me. It's not that stressful. It seems like it, but once you go into it, it's kind of enjoyable. You know, I enjoy going to my rotations. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, email us, or go visit drjourney.com for more information. And anyways, stay healthy and stay happy, everyone.